So suppose you have chosen your master cone GP as size 36% taper. Why? Because it was going up to the working length and it was showing some kind of tug back, that is resistance to withdrawal. Now you want to know whether the tug back was true or false. So how do you know that? For that you need to do apical gauging. Apical gauging means you are trying to gauge or understand or confirm the size of the apical preparation. Because if you know the size of the apical preparation, the same size master cone GP you can choose and go ahead with your obturation and have a very good apical seal. For apical gauging, you have to select a GP which has less taper than your master cone GP. So you will be taking either 2% taper or 4% taper GP of the same size, that is size 30. Now you will be trying it in the canal. Size 34% taper GP you are trying in the canal, whether it is going up to the working length or not. If it is going up to the working length, try to push it slightly. If it goes beyond, that means your apical preparation is slightly bigger than this size number 30, and size 30 is not the right GP for obturation. So discard size 30. Now try size 35, 4% taper GP in the canal. If it is fitting well into the working length and showing some kind of tug back, that is resistance to withdrawal, take it out of the canal and see the middle 1/3 of the GP. Are there any indentations or markings? Because we do not want any interference from the middle 1/3 of the canal or the coronal 1/3. All we want to see here is whether the apical 1/3 of this GP is fitting well in the apical 1/3 of the canal or not. Because apical seal is what we are looking for in our obturation. That is the most important seal. Now, if the size 35 4% taper GP is fitting well, giving a good tug back, resistance to withdrawal, that means size 35 is the size of your apical preparation. You may try 35 6% taper GP once in the canal because you had prepared the canal to 6% taper. Now, if this goes well in the canal, fits well up to the working length, then this is your ideal GP for obturation. But if size 6% taper, 35 number is not going up to the working length, you may have to slightly increase the taper of your preparation. Because there can be some resistance from the middle 1/3 or coronal 1/3, that is why it is not going up to the working length. If you slightly increase the taper, it may fit well at the working length. If suppose this does not happen, you do not want to increase the taper, you may go ahead with obturation with 35 number, 4% taper and use lateral cones as accessory cones and do a lateral condensation obturation. Or you may do 35 number, 4% taper GP along with bioceramic sealer and do a single cone obturation. So you have three options here. Use 35 number 6% taper GP, but for that you will have to increase the taper of your preparation, then only it will go up to the working length. Or you may use 35 number 4% taper GP along with accessory cones and do a lateral condensation. Or you may use 35 number 4% GP along with bioceramic sealer and do a single cone obturation. In all these three conditions, you will get good apical seal because your size at the apical most part, that is number 35 that you have chosen, is the right size. It has given you tug back, that is the true tug back and not the false tug back. Hope this helps.